righty, guys. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Boy, we got a jam-packed.
And
I
there's
mean,
something
you
I
got
forgot. Something I forgot to tell you in the green room. We've got another world exclusive. I'll talk about that in a minute.
okay. We got world exclusives to talk about. We got awards to talk about. We got games to talk about. We got schedules to talk about. We got so much to talk about. I don't even know. I'm so glad Tony's not here. We wouldn't get a word in. So
Bless him. He'll be here later, though.
he will be here. He's supposed to be arriving, sometime around 5, give or take a little bit of time. We will see how he goes. But we don't want him rushing home. He's coming back from his trip. So hopefully he'll just take his time. And, if he shows up, we'll enjoy him. If not, we'll have to wait and get him next week. Wow. All right. So we got a lot to talk about, Ruff. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, let's get this out of the way. We had a chat about this in the green room. You rotter, getting me into bloody baseball.
Look at that. Season ticket baseball. Who would have thought? Everyone that we have in the chat right now, there's 25 of you. Thank you all for joining us. I want you guys to raise your hand if you would have said Rough Swordsman Wargamer is going to be playing a sports game in 2023. Anyone out there think that was going to happen?
No, even me. Look, I've even printed off the freebies. For a game that's free, it's quite involved. And, of course, I've been watching a bit of baseball. So, as I said before, go the O's, go the O's. So, I think that's my team.
He's going for the Baltimore Orioles. Wow.
Yeah. Birdland.
Which is we'll have to get you a nice shirt. We'll have to get you a hat. We'll send it over to you, Rob. Because I'm sure you're not going to be able to find anything over there. That is crazy.
No, of course. Look up baseball. They think rounders. Yeah. But it is. It's been watching a bit. And, of course, Mrs. Ruff has had to pick a team as well. And her father's name is Ray. So she's gone for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right? Well, just up the street.
Yeah, they're both just up the road, you were saying.
Yeah. And Baltimore Orioles, they have their spring training at Ed James Stadium, which is literally, I could probably drive there in like 8 minutes from my house.
Yeah, weird. But, of course, it was quite funny because they played the other night. They played the O's and the Rays played together, and we beat them. And she had the ump. She wasn't too happy. So anyway, thank you for that. So I'm going to have a little go of that. That's all set up. I've got everything printed that's free. So that's set up. Still trying to video some more. It's been a bit awkward again this week because Mrs. Ruff is working from home. So, of course, I can't video. And in the evenings, they want to watch stuff on the television. It's terrible. So I can't do that. So I haven't been doing much. So I've been getting things prepared. I've got that done. And over there is the British way. I've got that out ready to have a go at because me and Tony are doing our stuff on a Friday. We're finishing off, I think, last 100 yards. And then we want to have a go at this to see what it's like. It'll be my first coin game. So I'm having a little go through, see what's what.
Well, good.
What have you been up to?
I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of things. I had got this bright idea that I was like debating about what I should do next on the channel, right? So I had some ideas of different things. So I posted over on the Tack Up Wargaming site. I said, hey guys, if anyone's interested, which one of these games would you recommend? And that's not it at all. There we go. There we go. So I put in Command and Color Samurai, People Power, the British Ray, Dominant Species Marine, Fields of Fire, the Hunters, and Wing Leader. You have until 5:45 to vote if you haven't voted yet. At 5:45 before the end of the show, I'm going to be able to announce what game is coming up on the channel because I'm going to have you guys choose. And right now, it's very close between Command and Color Samurai and the British Way and Fields of Fire, which are kind of the three ones in the lead right now. So If you guys want and you haven't voted yet, head over to our Attack Up Facebook group. Give us a vote so we know which game you would like to see on the channel.
Lock and Loads in the room, the OG.
Wait, is there? Wow, my God.
The OG's in.
Speaking of in the chat, we got a few people here today,
Yeah.
so thanks everyone. Let's go through and say hi to everyone. Alistair and Braun. There's this little guy. He's trying to really get his name out there. He's trying to make some games.
Yeah, didn't he win a minor award or something the other week? Some very minor award. It wasn't very important.
Yes, I know, right? Dangerous Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, same here, Dave.
How you doing? Tactics, Patrick, good friend of the channel. Thanks for coming by. David, Mike, he's belly aching about how hot it is out there in California, and nobody cares, Mike.
No,
nobody cares.
It's been raining everywhere over here.
Extra Squeaky, what's going on? Good to see you. Phoenix Knights.
Yeah.
Dennis, Stephen.
Yeah, hello.
David, and William. A lot of great friends of the channel here.
Yeah.
Meandering Mike, what's going on?
Shut
Edward, up. We're going to have a talk, Edward. Me and Edward are going to have a talk. Historic Wings.
Yeah, we're going to do some news on that later.
Philip Reynolds. And hopefully Dennis. I'm not sure if I caught Dennis the first time. Harold, how you doing? Good to see you. Manatee. Good to see you as well. If I missed your name, I apologize. I'm a knucklehead. Oh, Viper Dave. So I mentioned this last week. Viper Dave moved back to Florida. He's literally like 2 minutes from my house. And he contacted me again. And he's got some games that he wants to donate to the War Room.
Oh,
so I'm going to meet up with him. He's only going to be in town like a week, and then he's out. He's leaving town for a week. So I'm going to try and hook up with him sometime next week. So Viper Dave, I will get an email out to you hopefully today. We'll see if we can schedule something, which is great. And we appreciate any donations anyone gives to the War Room. And we have Stuka. Stuka's here in the house. Hello. He's going to the pool.
Look,
it's a beautiful day in Puerto Rico.
It's the end of July here, and it's horrible. It's been raining. It's been cold, overcast. You know, give us some global warming for goodness sake.
Well,
just joking. Just joking.
The wife is out in their pool right now because it is hot and muggy here. So, yeah. So I'll get with you, Viper Day. We'll see if we can hook up one night for dinner. I'll take you out to dinner and see if you can. Don't make some donations to the War Room. That would be awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, thank
of course, Douglas Gerhardt. What is it with the Florida people? What is it? I mean, don't you all you guys watching right now should be ashamed. We've had two great donations.
Well, you know what it is? It's
first one was Douglas Gerhardt, who lives up in Tampa, and then Viper Dave, who lives up down in Bradenton now, or Lakewood Ranch, actually. He lives in Lakewood Ranch. So the two great donations we got were both from Florida.
Isn't it something to do with the sunshine?
I guess. I don't know what it is. Maybe the sunshine makes you very nice and want to donate. So y'all should feel ashamed of yourselves. Y'all should feel shame for not donating more to our cause, because all we do is give it back to you guys. No, we've gotten a lot of great donations monetarily from you guys, so we're not complaining. We're just teasing you. We're just teasing. Everyone relax. Don't unsubscribe yet.
What we need to do is get a few more viewers from this side of the pond, because I was just looking down, got a huge pile of stuff that I can't send over your way because it's too expensive. So we need some more.
Right. We need some more people to win from over there.
Over here. Yes.
We need some more viewers. If you know people, send them over our way. Hopefully, next year, let's go ahead and talk about, since we're talking about it. Next year, the 2024 award show. Hopefully, they'll expand on what they did for 2023. So, those of you who don't know, Tuesday, they released the Charles S. Roberts Awards, and over on, I think it was on Dan's channel. and they gave away the awards for the best war game and all the different categories, and they've really kind of limited the categories this year because I didn't think there was that many categories. Um, but there's this little guy who won War Game of the Year. He's trying to ride our coattails to stardom here.
Yeah.
And we love him and everything. And yeah, I mean, he's awful heavy to carry. And of course, Herman won with his Most Fearful Sacrifice. So congratulations to Flying Pig Games, Herman Lootman, and I'm still calling him Lootman. I don't care.
It's a term of
War
affection.
Game of the Year, and so everyone,
well done,
give him a big round of applause. Well done.
He won't want to come back on the show now. He's too big.
Well, I don't know. He's not that big yet, so he'll be still coming around.
Yeah, that's good.
He's still riding my coattails. I'm still getting texts and stuff from him, so he's trying to use this the best he can. So, anyways, Most Fearful Sacrifice, great production from Flying Pig Games, Mark Walker. So, Mark Walker and Flying Pig,
guys.
Congratulations to you guys as well. And of course, it is anyone that's out there that makes games, designs games. If you put a postcard game in over at Hissy Cat, like how much effort it is just to make a little postcard game, like hours of work just to do a little postcard game. Now multiply that by trying to do a Civil War battle on a 8x12 set of maps. So you can imagine how difficult that is, and to get it all right and to have it be well received and very well done and very exciting for a lot of players. So at least this year we did the awards show a little better. I think the awards were more geared to wargaming than they were other competitions out there. So and hopefully, maybe next year they'll expand to YouTube personalities of the year, right?
Are there any? I don't know.
I'm sure the player aid would win, but as I mentioned last week, I got to play Bumman Horror and I killed the player's aid. I killed them. So that was good. It was good. Payback.
Did it feel good?
It felt good.
Yeah, it felt good. Good.
Yes. So I'm gonna have to pay. I'm gonna have to pay for Herman to come on the show now. Wow.
I told you.
Talk about big time.
Yeah. You'll forget about us now.
I tell you. Yeah, you can tell because I was supposed to actually play with Mark and Herman. So this is the story, and I'm sticking with it. So a couple weeks ago, as you all know, I was doing a show with Herman called Board Gaming with Herm, and we would get together and talk board gaming, and then we'd play a game. Well, the first episode we ever did with that was Gloomhaven, and we played myself, Herman, and Mark Walker. So when I saw Mark at Origins and Herman at Origins this year, we had talked about trying to get back together again and playing a game again. So like 3 weeks ago, Mark Walker emails me and says, hey, if you want to do Gloomhaven again, we can schedule it. So we scheduled it for Thursday this week. And then the award happened on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I get an email, oh, I can't do it anymore. So they couldn't make their obligation.
They're out celebrating.
They're out celebrating,
dinners and
having a good time.
Yeah.
And they couldn't make their obligation with little old pissant me anymore.
They're going to black tie events and all that sort of thing, getting their tuxes on and all that. Yeah.
I'm sure, right? And so unfortunately I didn't get a chance to play with them. So we're rescheduling it for after their big
when it all dies down.
Yeah, when there's a couple conventions going on, the World Board Gaming, the WBC's going on in a couple weeks, and Herman and Mark are headed over to that, I think. So once they get back from that, then maybe if they feel like nothing's going on, then they'll take on little old me, I guess. So Oh yes, they had an interview on the Today Show. I think I saw a little snippet of it. Yes. So it was good though. It was I was all excited to get up and play and play some board games with Herman again. And it's been, if you go back and watch those episodes, which are still on my channel, Herman is a great game designer. He's a great guy. He's very friendly. He's very does whatever he can for the war room, but he's
I tell you what, though,
he's terrible at playing games.
Isn't Mark playing with Mark? Isn't that chaos encapsulated in a
That
tin?
is, with him and Mark Walker.
Jeez.
It's like insane trying to keep those two focused because they're
both great designers, but what a jeez. It is. He's
crazy. It's insane.
Crazy guys. Yeah.
It is. I mean, this is how bad it is. I had to be the voice of normalcy on the show. I had to be the voice of normalcy. That's how crazy it was. I know, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, Charles S. Roberts. I would check out the video. A lot of good awards this year. A lot of good personalities and very wargaming type games. And I think Artie and the gang. I don't know who the gang is, but Artie and his gang, I guess, are taking a step in the right direction. So thumbs up for that. So there's that. So check mark that off the list. We talked about it. We said positive things. Make sure somebody recorded that so they can send it over.
Got our email addresses to send the money through, though, haven't they, for that?
I think they do have our email address, yes. So.
That's right.
All right. Let's talk about subject number 2. GMT this week released their updated information about what games are ordering. And good Lord, I got like 4 bills from them. I got like literally 4 bills. And that's kind of my fault because I didn't realize.
What have you done now?
I didn't realize that all the games that were on the P500 that were ready to get done. And I was like, oh, I should make sure I don't want any of these games. And
right now.
well, no, it's not. I ordered them. So North Africa, oops, we should probably share this with you guys. There we go. So we have the CDG Solo System, which of course I had pre-ordered, which is awesome. Liberty and Death, the American Insurrection, 3rd edition, which I pre-ordered. And then we have North Africa with the mounted maps, which I did not pre-order, and I didn't realize. I thought this was the Panzer one.
No.
It's not.
You can tell by the price. It's not the Panzer one.
Well, I didn't even look at the price because I was like, oh, that's North Africa. I don't want it because it's part of the Panzer system. But it's not part of the Panzer. It's Mark Semenich's series.
Yeah, the
I was like, oh, damn, I do want that because I got the other ones in the series. So I probably do want that game. So then I had to order that one. And then I ordered it and they charged me and did all the thing. And then this one here. Plantagenet. Is that how you would say that? Plantagenet. I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. So I started looking through it because it looks really dumb. Like of all, I'm sorry. I love the GMT artwork. I talked last week. So if you guys think I'm against GMT or their artwork or whatever, I'm not. I love their artwork. I just said last week, whoever their art guy is, you need to give them a big raise. But this box looks generic as hell.
It doesn't look, I agree with you. Yeah.
Generic, and that's the best word I can use for it. So I was not interested in this game at all. Zero. And I thought, oh, I should probably look at it because, you can't tell a book by its cover, right? You've heard that expression?
I think we invented it.
Okay. So I'm like, I should probably look at it. And the thing is, it sounds like a great game when you read through this.
It's part of the Nevsky series.
It's part of the Nevsky series. Correct.
Luckily, I've not got into that.
Very high solitaire system. There is a solo module that comes with it. Um, and it looks like the two different factions play differently and have different special abilities and stuff. I said, this looks pretty good. I need to pre-order it. As you can see, I've ordered one of these. So then I pre-ordered this one as well. The thing I would say about this game is, unfortunately for man, and if you go down to the comments section, man, the people out there are brutalizing this box cover. And I'm not gonna brutalize GMT in our art department or anything like that. I'm just saying, with as much good quality as art as GMT is doing, they need to do this box cover needs to be redone because
it's
that's going to inspire nobody to play the game. Nobody.
That's not a contemporary picture, is it? Somebody's done that recently. It's not a contemporary.
It looks like something they had previously done, and they just never updated it or changed it or whatever. I don't know. I mean, if I was to say to someone, what is this game? And you look at, and I show them the box and the name of the box, they're going to be like, it looks like it's building tents in outside a castle, outside a cathedral, maybe. I mean, you got a guy walking around with water on his back. You have somebody that looks like maybe a guard. You have two guys shaking hands back here. They look like nobles.
See what it looks
like.
A
guy that's like in a suit of armor standing here in front of his tent.
What it looks like from somebody over here is that is a jousting contest.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So that's not what the game's about.
It is. Yeah, you would never guess this. And I've seen the artwork for Plum Island Horror, and it looks great, and it's awesome. The little character art, the box art, everything. And then you look at something like this, and you just scratch your head like, this can't be the same company. It's just no way.
Well, you know, the inside. I dare say the inside will look lovely as per normal. But I get you.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
How many times? I mean, the box cover only goes so far, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to have it on the table, and on the table it looks great. If you look at the final map looks great. It's color coded, and it's decent artwork. I mean, there's no problem with the actual map. So, and the counters.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I did pre-order this one because I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not, but I did. Then I also got billed formally. I will show you guys. Hang on. I mean, I don't want to show you something you can't see.
Well, like your PIN number, I've already got that.
All right, are you ready for this?
What's this?
Oh, you know what? No, that was not actually charged. Okay, so I also got charged, and I will show you this one. I also got charged. Like I said, I got like 4 bills all of a sudden from GMT. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why would I get 4 bills? Well, again, because I ordered stuff and then I added to the order and then I added to the order again. So those were all like separate orders. But then there's this one that came in, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on with this? So I also got charged for Pursuit of Glory 2nd Edition and Sovereign of Discord, a Fire in the Lake expansion. I didn't even know they were charging for those yet.
Nor did I. What date was that? Oh, they charged, or is it just an invoice ready to be charged?
Because maybe it's just an invoice. Maybe
just let you know you've ordered it. I think.
Maybe it's just an invoice. Okay, I was thinking I got charged for them, but
because you were getting me worried there. Because I think I've ordered one of them.
Because I also had this one show up, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, where'd all this stuff come from? Because this one was also charged: Combat Commander, Minor Nations, European Mediterranean, the Medieval Expansion 1, Fire in the Lake Volume 3, Downfall Mountain Maps. I mean, it was like, it didn't get charged, but it like showed up out of the blue again. So I don't.
Do you know what you've done? You've done what every wargamer does. You've had a couple of beers and then gone on the site and gone, I'll have that, yeah. And then forgotten about it. Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
We all do it.
The Plantagenet cover art looks like a prototype before the final art. That could be. Did the English have cannons at the time of the Plantagenets? I don't know.
Yes, they did. If you look down at Dangerous Dave's comment there, very, very sort of knowledgeable chap. Cannons first used by the English in 1327, which is getting on for 1:30.
So this is interesting. Alistair got his notification that Hall's a Hegra.
Yeah. Great game.
I did on your thing, and you were all, getting everyone geeked up on it. Look what I got.
I'm hoping to get from Petter. I'm hoping to get my complimentary copy to say thank you, so I can do an unboxing of it. But I've still got the prototype to give away. We didn't give that away last time.
Right.
And the prototype is virtually the same as that. There's a nice board. So we've got if you're into prototypes, I've got.
Well, after you did your little promo thing.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna," and I don't do Kickstarter very often, so I decided to forego that to get the Kickstarter. And so I got this thing yesterday, and I was all excited because it came in this box, which is exactly this size box. And you know what comes in this size box is my Kickstarter for the Sentinels of the Multiverse. That's the exact same. I mean, the exact same box. And I was like, "Oh, right, yay! My new Kickstarter from Sentinels is here." And then I opened it up, and I was like, "Oh."
Don't look! No, it's a good little game. I mean, it's great.
It is. It looks good. It looks good.
There's so much you have to do, but they haven't got enough.
I was actually excited because I was like, "Oh, damn! I forgot I ordered this." Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to dig the stuff out of the snow before the Germans arrive, and you got to repair.
The main thing is, I got it before everyone else, so that's kind of the cool part because I don't get my GMT stuff before.
No, that's weird because Petter contacted me, said you're on the next one to be sent your game, and Alistair's just got a thing for it. So yeah, it's good. It's a good little game. Blue Tweezers has got it already. So
did he? Okay.
Yeah.
And now aren't they over there on your side of the pond?
Yeah, they're over in is it
Norway?
Norway. Yeah. Because of course it's set in Norway. Ooh. The Hall to Hegra is in Norway.
There's an address for Norway, there's also an address for Spain, and there's also one for the United Kingdoms. So I guess it depends if you're getting it from Trumpet Games, Salt and Pepper Games, or Spiral Games.
That's where mine's coming from. He's sending them over to Spiral, and then they've been sent out to us. Yeah. But yeah, good little. If you like States of Siege games, it's lots of replayability because you don't use all the cards, and it's good. Oh, I just forgot. Last week I should have mentioned it. It was me channel's birthday last week. 4 years.
4. And you're up to how many thousand subscribers?
No, I have no quality, not quantity. All right, let's do it that way, shall we? But yeah, 4 blooming years.
All right, and you got somewhere around 40 videos.
Yeah, something not as many as that. No, I don't think I'm into double figures yet. Shut up.
I know you're not in double figures. There's no way you can be double figures. Come on. I get double figures every month on my channel.
I know you do, and I wish I could do my live streaming. But as I said, this last month or so, it's been awkward because Mrs. Ruff has been having to work from home, and I can't do any videoing. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Congratulations! Thank you, Russ. It's going to be a big old. We're just going to be a big old happy.
Thank you.
Clappy. We're going to give Herman a nice applause.
And the other thing that hopefully, maybe, because I've moaned about it more than once, maybe I had a little thing to do with it. Me moaning about C3I magazines and errata counters, having to spend 30, 40 quid on a magazine to get the errata counters for a game that's come out, they have now brought out 2023 errata counter sheet that you pay for. I think you guys are paying $3, but shipping is included. We have to pay $8, I think, but shipping is included. There you go. There we are. I hope I had something to do with that because I kept moaning about it. I don't have to buy a 14.
You're talking about what? Say that again.
What?
Say it again.
Right. Do you know I've been moaning errata counters, and I've had a little moan about you get the errata counters in the C3I magazine.
Yes.
That costs $30-40 a pop.
Yes.
I think it was wrong to do that. They have now decided to bring out an errata sheet for all the games, costing $3, including shipping for you, which I don't think is bad. $8 for us, but includes shipping. So well done, GMT.
Well. So
it's better than paying $40.
We would talk about this on the show Saturday because I have some thoughts on it. First of all, I would like to say I'm happy they decided they were going to go with some errata sheets, right? But there's always got to be a but. Why is there always got to be a but?
Because it costs money. That's why.
Right. So here's my thing. Right. If I'm getting a sheet from them, which is going to fix the problems that they had with other games for whatever reason, right? I'm so glad they are doing that, right? So it's a two-edged sword because if they don't do it, then you don't get the errata, right? You don't get the fix, you don't get the errata sheets.
Unless you pay your $40.
On the other hand, it's also like it's their fault, it's their problem. They should fix it, and I shouldn't have to freaking pay for it. So you have one end of the spectrum, and you have the other end of the spectrum. All right. And I can understand both views, right? You have the person over here that's saying, for $3, they can take my $3. I don't care. That's great. I love it. I'm so happy they're doing it. And then I can also understand this person over here, which is saying, I shouldn't have to pay for your mistakes, especially if I'm ordering another game from you. Like seriously, like they couldn't take the counter sheet and just put it in your box and ship it to you when they're shipping you your P500 games.
I agree with both sides.
I'm just saying they could do that. So there is a way that they don't have to charge people. So I can understand these people over here that are like, I shouldn't have to pay for your mistakes if you're trying to fix your game, especially since I order more games from you. You could just throw the counter sheet in. It's not going to add that much weight to the order that I'm getting. I just got charged. Like, I mean, let me go back and look how much I just spent on them. Right? Let me go back and look.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, we know you spend a lot of money. I'm just happy that this is going to be a chip thing, chip away. I'm just happy that now I don't have to buy the C3I magazine just to get the right counters. Okay, I have to spend $8 because I'm over here, but I'm not spending $40. So now we're going to chip away and make them hopefully in the future just make that part of a send out to the customer thing. Maybe might take a little bit of time, but it's step one.
It is step one, and again, right? I'm not arguing and fighting against GMT doing this. Don't get me wrong. I'm just giving you both sides of the argument because I can understand both sides of the argument. Because like here's a perfect example of why I can understand someone getting upset, because I'm going to show you guys. I literally had bought North Africa with the mounted maps.
I should have kept quiet.
It was $30 for the mounted map. It was $72, and they are literally going to charge me $17 to ship. Now you know goddamn well that they're going to put this these 2 boxes in with my other boxes that already, that I've already ordered. They're not going to ship this separately. And even if they do ship it separately, $17 for shipping that game. Okay, I can understand that. That's fine. Like, they couldn't put the counter sheet back, like a 30-cent counter sheet, right? They could have just thrown that in the box and not charged me my $3, and then I would be so much happier as a customer. That's just one order, right? So I go to the next one, right? Here's another one. Here's that Plantagenet one I was just talking about.
Plantagenet.
$62 for the game, and then they're going to charge me another $17 for shipping. So they're going to ship this one separately. And then they couldn't throw the sheet in with that either? Are you kidding me? Come on. I can understand why people get upset about this. I can
understand it at this stage probably being a logistical nightmare, because not everybody's going to order that P500. Somebody's going to order that one. They're going to have to put I can see it's going to be logistical. As Squeaky says, it's a step in the right direction. It's not the answer, but it's a good step, and I was really pleased. And I'm quite prepared. I'll pay me $8 and swallow that, rather than having to buy 3 or 4 different blooming C3I magazines just to get my errata counters. So,
I'm not going to say. I've learned the hard way. I can sit up here and yell and scream for 2 hours, and I'm always right. We all know that, but then people don't listen to me because I'm up here yelling and screaming, right? So I know that people are going to view things their own way, and you can tell them they're wrong as much as you want, but they're going to think that they're right. In this case, I think you're right. It's a step in the right direction, but literally what they could have done, right, is every 6 months, they say anything you order in December and everything you order in June, every box we send out, we're putting in a counter sheet with it. Done, right? So now it incentivizes you to order something in those 2 months, because then you get the free sheet.
Well,
speaking of the free sheet, speaking of 3 sheets to the win, there he is.
Tony, I've started him off again. I apologize, my friend.
Why did you do that? I'm relaxing at the winery right now, and I come into this.
You're pissed, right?
I'm not wound up. I'm playing. I'm telling you the story. That's all I'm telling.
Yeah,
I'm telling
and I can see both sides, but I'm pleased. What we're talking about is the counter sheet, the errata counter sheet that GMT have decided to issue for all the games.
Oh, he probably doesn't know.
No, I've been kind of out of it.
So for $3, you get an errata sheet rather than paying $30, $40 for C3I magazine.
Oh, I'm up with that.
Mine's costing $8, you rotters, because we're over here, but that's including shipping.
Oh, that's still not too bad. I mean, not really.
I know it's not ideal, and just as saying, why don't they just chuck it in? I can see both points, but it's a step in the right direction. I think it's a great thing they're doing. Yeah. We've just got to chip away at them now, like he did with the plastic bags.
That is part of the story. The other part of the story is, should they be having a whole counter sheet for replacement counters from all the mistakes they keep making every year?
Show me a company that doesn't make any mistakes or doesn't tweak things in expansions. I can show you
one right here on my desktop. There's no errata for this game. And it's a collection. This is a collection box which has got 4 expansions in
it. So sorry, Tone, you've come into this.
I can go through multiple games that don't have errata at all.
Yeah, whatever. I really don't care.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased. Okay, mistakes are made. We've had this conversation. Yeah,
and honestly, I like it better because one is it's all of them, so that's pretty cool.
And you might not own all the games, but they'll go in a little box somewhere just in case one day, or somebody else might on Tack Up go, anybody got those spare counters? Because I didn't want to order the sheet because it's only the one game. And I go, I haven't got that game. Yeah, I have mine. So it's great. But sorry about that. people that I mentioned about. I
was going to mention it anyways. That's what I was going to talk. I was going to talk about anyways. Tony, how was your trip, by the way?
Oh, it was fantastic. I got to see my sister, her husband, and my niece and nephew, who I haven't seen in 4 or 5 years, in person. So it was really neat. My nephew is actually taller. My nephew, who is 13, is actually taller than Natalie by a good. Oh, I would say almost a foot. So
Wow.
He's almost as tall as I am, but I'm still taller. I told him to stop growing because I don't want to be shorter than my nephew. So,
but they grow quicker. Boys have a spurt earlier.
Yeah. So it was, and actually, my parents took a picture of all 3 of the grandkids, or all 5 of the grandkids, and my daughter, who is the oldest, was in the middle. So everybody's like, "Are they by age?" And she's like, "Nope, they're by height." So yeah, it was interesting. So it was really good. I did get to play Scythe, which I had never got to play. So I got to play that.
What do you reckon?
I'm impressed with it. I really enjoyed it. I have it on my list to buy eventually. So
there's a good solo thing for it as well.
Yeah,
isn't there?
Yeah. I may get on Steam and buy it on Steam instead. I don't know. We'll see. I may do that to see if I really want it, because it's not exactly cheap, and there's a whole bunch of expansions for it.
Yeah.
So if I don't think it's that expensive on Steam.
That's the problem with these games. If you get in at the ground floor and buy the core game, then you can buy the expansions as you go along. If you come in late, you're buggered, aren't you? You've got all those expansions to buy if you want to, FOMO. And
I don't know what happened, but I know Phoenix Knight just played Scythe and what he said was he got steamrolled and moved on to another game. So
really,
I don't know if it was a solo, if he was playing with other people, but he didn't sound like he was having a good time with it. So
it was the first time I played, and the game ended up within 5 points. There's 4 of us playing, my sister, her husband, and my nephew. They had played it a lot, and I was still within 5 points as the first time playing. I was within 5 points of, the game was within 5 points. It was like 68-63. So it wasn't, I thought it was pretty good. I think somebody made Dangerous Dave said the factions are not balanced. No, they're asymmetrical. So you got to figure out how to use their special power and stuff like that.
You know what? So. Dangerous Dave, is there any game you haven't blooming played? He's played everything. Let him.
So I got to play that and a couple other different games as well. So it was a lot of fun. Yesterday was the winery tour. We hit 6 wineries and a brewery.
So you've been on an alcoholic diet. You lost 2 days.
Yes, I can't remember what about yesterday at all. Yes. Well, came home with 3.5 cases of wine, which this is a wine region. So we do this, stock up our wine for the next 2 years until we go back in 2 years. So
tonight I'm drinking a extra special Pinochet there. So it's
okay.
Yeah. That's very nice.
So, kind of one of the cool thing, though, I will say the cool thing is we went to a distillery for the first time, because they're starting to bring up, like when we first went there 6-7 years ago, they only had wineries. Now they have breweries and distilleries. So we hit a distillery, and that was the only thing we hit that day.
Because it hit you, didn't it? Yes.
I was actually okay, but it hit the other 3 of them pretty hard. So
was that whiskey or bourbon?
It was whiskey. They did have a bourbon. I wasn't that thrilled with it because it was a smoky bourbon, and it felt like I was drinking a fire pit.
Right.
It was too smoky.
I can't drink whiskey. Bourbon. Yeah. Weird. But can't drink whiskey.
They had a single malt, and I bought a bottle of that. They had a single malt Scotch from the barley and the malt there in the region, and I was like, "Yep, I'm buying this." And then they're supposed to be 7-year, which is supposed to be their best stuff. It's like licking a shag carpet.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It was not that good. Yeah. But I did like their single malt, which I generally like single malt anyways. So this is the 1 week I made sure we also did some hiking, some pretty heavy hiking in the middle of the week. My birthday was on Thursday. So we did some hiking in the morning, and then there's actually a place called Beef and Brew, and Ruff, you would like it.
Yeah.
They're all British dishes. So we had beef and
people moan about the British cuisine.
Oh, it's great.
You have some good stuff.
As long as you like potatoes and beef, or potatoes and lamb, or potatoes. so yeah, we're gonna have to take an offer. Yeah, I'm gonna need. I will probably not drink for about a week just to kind of balance things out. But it was a fun time.
That will never do.
Yeah, gameplay. Good games, good family, and just all in all good time.
Good.
So it was good. And now he didn't play Scythe?
No, she didn't play Scythe. No.
Really?
So. Scythe. Why do you pronounce Scythe?
Whatever.
Scythe. It's
a corn cutting implement. Scythe.
I'm
surprised she would have wanted to do that. No.
She wasn't around. I think she was doing something else at the time. So I mean, there was so much to do. There's a hot tub, the lake, kayaking, paddleboard. Like there's just so much to do. So I think she was doing something else at the time. So.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, we got home. I booked it home. I had made great time. It was. I was predicting about 2 more stops than we did, so I got home a lot earlier than I thought it was.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So I thought it would be 5, and it ended up being like a quarter. About 20 till after I unloaded the car and everything.
I was showing them my new game.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a well, if you like solo games, if you like States of Siege games, it's I think it's a cool game. So.
And we talked a little bit about the Charles S. Roberts Awards.
I actually didn't, other than the winners, I didn't see any problem with the winners. Some of the nominees are questionable, but they didn't win, so I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who what palms he's been greasing, but, it's paid off.
He's been hanging out with us too long. He's going to...
Yeah, so we all...
Riding our coattails. Which is good. It's good for him. It's good for him.
Yeah.
Keep him down. And then Ruff was showed us. Show him, Ruff. Show him what's on the table behind you.
Oh God.
Get ready to be floored, Tony. Are you ready to be floored?
Oh, okay. No, we talked about this last Friday. He started watching baseball games last Friday.
He's got the freaking baseball subscription so he can watch it every night.
They were doing a deal
in the afternoon.
They were doing a deal I couldn't refuse. It was a silly amount of money for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah, it's like
so the NBL
$40 or whatever. Yeah.
No, less than that. Less than that.
Oh really?
Okay. Yeah. Because we don't know what it is over here. We think it's
exactly. They're trying to spread the game, so that makes sense.
So I was just saying, it's go the O's for me.
Oh, okay. He's an Orioles fan. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, only because that was the first one that come up.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue.
Well,
and they're doing okay. They've got Gunnar Henderson. Look at Gunnar go. And you've got Bradish the Radish. You've also I know them all. You've got the guy that's named after a bank. Isn't he great? Santander, isn't he good?
Santander, he is good.
He's good on first base. See, look at me. Look, I know what I'm talking about.
You're getting there.
Anyway.
What are you talking about it? All he did was roll his eyes.
Yeah, I know. But once you watch it, it's good. And of course, Mrs. Ruff said, I need a team now. So her father's called Ray. So she's gone for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Who we beat the other night. We beat them the other night.
Oh, I love it. That's great. I come back. I'm gone a week, and Ruff is knee deep in baseball.
I know.
Probably more like waist deep.
He's got them all printed out.
I've got all the freebies printed out. Look. Oh, man. So I'm waiting. That's what they've got that there. I've got Point Blank there because Gainer's been working at home for the last sort of few weeks, and I can't do any bloody videoing. But over there, I've got the British way set up. Maybe have a little go through of that. So because we're planning to do that. And also, before I forget, we have got a world exclusive tonight.
All right.
First time showing. Let me see if I can get it up. No, I didn't mean that. I mean, let's see if I can show you.
Ralph, that's too much information on that way.
Yeah, sorry. Thomas from Historic Wings contacted me and said, "Would you do this? It's his brand new game, first time it's being shown here. So if I share that, can you share that?
So we can share it. We can share it. So this is a world premiere.
This is another one in this series.
From
speaking of Thomas,
are we ready?
Speaking of Thomas, he's got a great one there.
Ooh, Jumbo.
Yeah.
See, that's what's the are you on the other side? Are you playing the other side?
No, you're playing the Americans, and the Jumbo is what the Germans used to say. You know.
When they were flying over, yeah,
when they were shot down by these fighter bombers. Yeah.
Yes.
So here's something else. Let's try another one because there's a couple that.
Hold on, I gotta go get some grapes. Give me a minute.
Grapes.
What does he think this is? A cooking show?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to go back out in the field.
What do you think this is? A cooking show, Tony?
No, it's a winemaking show now. Now, Ruff, speaking of Thomas, he said you're going to be chewing tobacco and spitting between rants now.
Why?
Well, that's what he probably don't realize that, but that's something baseball players do.
Good question.
Oh yeah, what is that stuff they chew and spit out? They're like spitting out bits and pieces, and
a lot of that is sunflower seeds. It's the shells from the sunflower seeds.
They're spitting out the husks, right?
Yeah, or they actually have chewing tobacco in, and they're
that's not very healthy, is it?
No.
But
most of them go to the seeds now.
Healthy. Back in the 70s and 80s, they would sit there and smoke cigarettes in the dugout.
In between innings.
I'll tell you what, there's a great skit. There's a Harry Enfield, there's a comedian over here, and he did a skit on like a 1930s football team playing I think it's in the 90s, playing a 90s football team. It's done in black and white. Of course, all the 1930s are going around smoking their fags and all that sort of thing. So, you can share this one for me, please.
Yes, I can. Another world debut.
Yeah, these are the counters. Look.
I don't see me on there.
Oh, there's me.
Yeah,
look.
A whole bunch of flack.
There's me.
There's a whole bunch of flack.
I'm one of the pilots. Look. And then that's in the other game. I'm not in this game, in the other game. And then we've got one more, I think. Then I've got a bit of information about the game, if you don't mind me reading that out. But as I said, I do that for Thomas. And this is gameplay map. So if I can get that up.
So we're gonna have to start pushing Art Wolf and his gang to see if we can get some categories next year. Because like this year they had like 10 categories. That was it. There was no internet.
Book games?
There was no like I think a category should be like book.
I was going to say book games.
Yeah,
you've got Thomas, you've got Mike.
Like a postcard game should have like its own category.
Postcard games, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've got Mike Lambo, you've got Thomas, of course, you've got Worthington Games, all their book games, all those postcard games as well.
Now, here's the question. Are the counters coming with it, or are you going to make these counters again?
I think it's all print and play, isn't it? I know Thomas was thinking about looking at somebody to print them. Maybe he can come on the chat and put on a comment there whether or not he's going to have them done, or it's too expensive, or we just print them. I mean, I don't mind printing them. But I'll give you, while you're waiting, I'll give you a little overview, shall I? So, brief overview of this Actong Yabo. Actong Yabo is a solitaire war game about the 371st Fighter Group, which flew ground attack missions on D-Day in the P-47D Thunderbolts, known for its famous Razorbacks. Oh, deal is done to make box sets of the... Great. Gameplay depicts the group's mission on D-Day, June the 6th, 44, and the book includes extensive research into the techniques, history, and practices of Allied fighter bomber units at the time of D-Day. This is the thing you get with Thomas's games. You just don't get the game. Half of the book, and they're quite thick, half the book is all the sort of research and background and everything you need to know. All game maps are historically accurate paintings. There's 14 of them, created meticulously with reference to photo reconnaissance images from the time, featuring all the targets that were assigned that day. The game focuses on replayability, and targets will vary each time you play. Your pilots should expect to encounter German Tiger tanks, Panthers, Herzers, armored half-trucks, Opel Blitz trucks, artillery pieces, and Wehrmacht infantry. You will fly along railroad routes looking for locomotives and rail cars. You will bomb bridges and target gun emplacement to Brooks and pillboxes. Beware, the Germans will respond in force with their famous 88 flak guns and rapid-firing quad 20mm guns for close-in defense. You will be armed with bombs and a full loadout of bullets, and each Thunderbolt's 8 50 cal machine guns. Just as in history, your fighter group's 3 squadrons will rove across the Normandy countryside in the areas located behind Utah and Omaha beaches. Your overall mission is to prevent the Germans from reinforcing their forces, arrayed in defense against the Allied landings, but you never know what targets will present themselves as you fly over your assigned patrols. Your mission orders are clear, and they are exactly the same orders as the 371st fighter groups actually received on that day. Victory is required to complete all of your assigned missions and hopefully not lose too many of your planes and pilots to enemy fire. It's time to paint D-Day invasion stripes on your planes and get into the air. There we go. What I love about these games, every time the new one comes out, it's evolved into something bigger and better. So there we go.
Well, should I get rid of my old ones then?
No, I'm going to be playing... God, what's the first one?
Tally Ho.
Tally Ho. I'm going to be playing that. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to do, as soon as the counters get done for Mag 23, I'm up for it. I want Thomas I want to play with Thomas along with me so he can tell the stories as we go. Because, that's kind of what I want to do with a lot of my channel now, is do some more, live play like what we're doing, Ruff. But then when I do my solo stuff, have the history behind it as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much I get to do with that. So yeah, those two. Mag 23, to me, that is really fun. I played around with it with a little bit, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I wanted to.
Being the Brits, it's got to, Tally Ho. I've got to start with that one.
Yeah.
I've done all. Yes, he did get told off for doing it that way, but there we go. I've got the counters printed and some of the maps, so I keep just trying to find the time to do it. But yeah, you're welcome, Thomas. They're well, just like
everybody else. The author. We have about the author. This is not the guy that we had on our show, by the way.
I think
that dude is
that picture. It's like Mike.
Historic Wings is trying to take credit for this guy's work. That is not the guy that we had on our show.
That's I think what they do is guy. They have photos that were good 20 years ago.
Just a reminder for you guys out there. We have less than an hour for you guys to get over to our Facebook group and vote on which is going to be the next game that I play. Right now, it is currently tied 25 to 25% for Command & Color Samurai and the British Way are tied up. If you want to have a say, we also have People Power, Dominant Species Marines, Fields of Fire, The Hunters, and Wing Leader. And I decided to let you guys pick the next game that I was going to play. And right now it is tied. And if it ends up tied, then I get to choose.
What are we doing?
Then I get to choose if it ends up tied.
Oh, right, cool.
Between the two ties, yeah. Between the two ties, yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, you're not the only one.
Use a different one. I was showing. I was actually. This has been the GMT week. I was talking about it earlier, but I got out my border reveres.
Yeah.
I got it all punched out and everything, and I actually have the map. And I have it right here on my table. I was thinking, oh, this game looks really interesting. There's a lot of really cool things. There's a nice little solo mode that you can use to play it. It's basically you're taking over one of the either the British or the Scottish sides, and they broke them up into basically left, center, and right side. So you choose one of the three sides. So let's say I'm playing the middle of the British, right? And then you have a drafting where you put cards on the table and you draft one of three cards. And then after the drafting, then you're using your resources to attack your opponent's other available things to build up your notoriety. It's actually a pretty neat little game, I thought.
I was so who was it? Somebody did a kind of a after action report.
Somebody did.
I know the guy is Kyle. I know he's Kyle. I know he's Kyle.
Yeah. He's got a Mr. Burns icon.
Yeah.
I watched that, and that put me off because I thought, I wish I'd order it, because it seems like the solitaire thing has been bolted on rather than designed like a lot of the solo things now are sort of.
Well, he did say
it didn't. It was a bit.
Well, he said he didn't know because of the way the cards he got lucky on a few things. So I don't know. It needs to be played multiple times for the solo part to really be.
I need to see a few solo playthroughs before I decide. Might get that then in the sale,
Yeah, that was my thinking too. Yeah.
I mean, but it's definitely interesting because you're spending a lot of time using your resources and you're drafting cards, figuring them out. I want to try and go after this guy because he's got like 3 sheep there, right? And if I can take those sheep out,
that's really good. About the sheep. I thought, nah.
Oh, you have horse meeples too, so you've got
horses and sheep and cattle. I think.
That it looks. After I saw that, it piqued my interest. Now, honestly, I got an email that something is finally going to print, and you can actually purchase it. And I've got it. If you want to share my screen. So this is a glorious cause. So I've had this watching this for years, and Legion for some reason for a while they didn't produce anything all of a sudden, but now they're catching up. But this is a solitaire game.
Right, it looks right up my street.
Yeah, the naval struggle for the Lake of Ontario during the War of 1812. So the second time we beat you, this is that one.
Shut up! Your White House is white, all right?
Yeah. I know because of the War of 1812. Anyways, and actually, it's in the 1813, so it's after you guys finished your tiff with the French. So it looks like it's a little bit like
they're all picking on us.
Yeah. And you can pick the side. You don't have to just. What's nice is as a solitaire game, you don't have to pick. You get to pick either the U.S. or the British. You don't have to go with whichever one they have, and you have 4 months to dominate the lake. Different things. The map. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it looks really cool. It looks like everything's on there. The counters, if I remember right, the counters looked really cool because they're like the different sizes.
So I tell you what, the price isn't bad, so I'm hoping the price won't be bad when it comes over here.
Now, this normal price is $84, but if you buy it now, it's $60.
Right. Shoot.
So it's you pre-order it. So I don't know. Maybe Second Chance will let you pre-order it. But I know
their profits are so small that you only get like a $5 off or something. It bless them.
I would check and see what their shipping is across the pond. Who knows? They might have decent shipping.
Yeah. Oh, mind you, Limey Games might have something to do with that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, they're like partners or something like that.
Yeah, yes. So we have to see.
So But I have seriously been looking forward. Here's the whole box. So plenty of player rates, some different stuff. So you have the British play, and then you have the American play, which is really cool. I think that's the cool part about it. Is a lot of times with solitaire you're stuck with one side. This you can play either side, which is pretty cool. And somebody who saw it like kind of in play test said it was phenomenal. And this was like 3 years ago. So hopefully it's gotten even better. So, but when I saw this email that this one was available, I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And Tim has too. Yes, Tim, we've been waiting for years. The other one Legion's got that I've been waiting for is Herm's, like the Dunkirk one, but it's like a bigger version. There's more to it, which Hexy's been showing the play test on that. A victory spoil. So,
well, here's because I am awesome and I like to help my fellow players out. I have your answer.
Oh,
Ruff. Legion War Games shipping. If you pre-order the game, then they ship it over to VAT, or they ship it over to the UK where the VAT will be paid. The game is then shipped to you, and since the shipment originated inside the EU, you should not be charged any additional handling fees. The fee is calculated taking into account the weight of the game to ship and the value at which VAT is paid. The most expensive game is typically heavier. The cost is increased in both value. So $25 for a single 2-pound game, etc. There's your cost right there.
Plus another $12 for VAT.
No, it says the VAT's already been paid.
Yeah?
It says all CPC games will be shipped in bulk to the UK where the VAT will be paid.
So that brings it up to 80.
The game is shipped to you, and since the shipping originated inside the EU, you should not be charged again.
That's how they're getting around it. If they ship it to a person that ships them out, it's not technically being sent by them to me. It's being sent to the UK, and the UK is sending it to me, so the VAT isn't there. That's how they're getting around it. A lot of companies, Flying Pig, take note. So,
but I wonder who they have
as their thingies. That's probably Limey, isn't it?
I think so. It would make sense.
But that still brings it up to $84, doesn't it? Let me have a look on Second Chance, see what it's coming through for us peeps over here. It's, what is it called? Sorry, completely.
A glorious cause. A glorious chance. Sorry, a glorious chance.
All right.
But I saw that email. I'm like, oh, okay, going, boom, click. It was like an auto. Like I've been waiting.
So we have a comment here, and this one's over my head. Given the awards, should be mentioning "Viva la Emperor" by
Who's that?
That would be Herman Lutman's solo game for.
Oh, the other Herman one, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. We were trying to ignore that because
his head's already too big.
Right.
I tell you what, glorious chance over here. It's 74 quid, so it's about the same.
Yep.
A pre-order is 67.95, so there's not a great deal of difference. So
maybe if you got
it now, I'll wait for it.
For it and show up.
So I'm looking forward to that. They're and it's.
I am going to Germany in September. I can pack an extra suitcase. You can just come right over and pick up all these games from me at the airport.
When are you going over to Germany?
September.
Oh, crikey. I don't know if I can get over there.
I think we're flying into Amsterdam.
That's not in Germany.
I know.
Well, you're not going to change your ticket.
So if you can make it to Amsterdam, you can show up.
And
then I could have a whole extra suitcase full of games. You could just...
I just put it back on the train. I can get there by train, you see.
You can get there by train now, right?
Well, get to France and then get on a train to Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm kind of jealous with how close certain things are over there. I mean, I did a 6-hour trip, 7-hour trip today back from New York, and
you're still in America.
Yeah,
yeah.
Actually, was only in 3 states technically, but it's a little piece of Pennsylvania.
Right.
And 3 states, and I didn't even go from one end to the other of any of the states. That was like a middle of the state to the middle of the state. Well, kind of about 50 miles away. Yeah, so
crazy. 6 hours, I could fly around the world, I think.
You can get to anywhere in Europe in 6 hours on a train.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, a different country.
Mike got the map for the game, but didn't get the game. He got the canvas map for the Viva la Emperor.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
And they sent him the map, but not the game. I think you forgot to order that. What am I doing in Amsterdam?
Yeah, what are you doing in Amsterdam? You know, it's well known for 2 things.
2 things. I was about to say.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they decided Amsterdam just recently, because the wife is, she's on all the sites now, has voted not to have any cruise ships show up to Amsterdam anymore because they don't, because of COVID, they had everything locked down for a while, and the people love it because there's no prostitution or very little prostitution anymore. And there is what's the other drugs?
Bob.
Yeah. So people have voted that they're like, yeah, this is a much better city without people coming in. Let's leave it that way.
No point me going over there then.
I guess not.
But I think okay.
Right, except for what we heard over here is that Germany's going through a severe drought and the Rhine River is down like.
Get out of here. It's been raining everywhere it's been peeing down here all day.
Do I have to look it up, Ruff? Are you making me look it up?
Yeah. What's going on? It's been raining here. It's July. As I said earlier, just joking. Want a bit of this global, global heating. I want a bit of that over here. Yeah, Squeaky says there's no drought in Germany. It's all yeah.
No drought in Germany. Okay.
It's raining. Well, I don't know if it's raining. Brun said it was raining in that part of the world. Yeah, that's the problem.
What are they doing?
Yeah, Dangerous Dave, because we've left the EU, we get different weather now to Europe. Yes. Quite right, Dave. Quite right.
Oh, that's correct. That's funny.
You should, right? You should.
We still get blooming VAT, though.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to give up that.
It's been raining all day here.
Raining?
Yeah, it's been a terrible day.
Huh. Great. Carry on.
All right.
I'm busy. Carry on.
Do you want me to do me history?
Yeah. I jumped you on that. So I was so excited about it.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you brought that. That's a good one. Yeah. That's right up my street. I like me old boats, ships, and planes, and tanks, and so 22nd of July. Here we go. 1298. What?
22nd of July.
Yep. 1298. The English used longbows for the first time when they defeated the Scots at the Battle of Falkirk. The Scottish pikemen were cut to pieces by Edward I's archers. Yeah. The Battle of Falkirk, by the way, was one of the major battles in the First War of Scottish independence. led by Edward Longshanks, Edward I of England. The English army defeated the Scots, led by William Wallace. Mel Gibson, as his other name. Shortly after the battle, Wallace resigned as Guardian of Scotland. So there we go. That is actually one of the battles in the tripack of the Men of Iron.
I was just going to ask if that was one of the ones.
It's there. It's there. Now, talking about rain and climate change and all that, this made me think. 1342, the St. Mary Magdalene flood was the largest recorded flood in Central Europe, with water levels exceeding those of the 2002 European floods. If anybody remembers them, that was a big flood that happened across Europe. But this one in 1342 was even bigger. So have a think about that. It occurred because they were using those petrol-driven horse-drawn carriages. That's why in 1342 they stopped that. It occurred on and around the feast day of St. Mary Magdalene on today, 1342. Just thought I'd mention that because it was interesting. 1706, the Acts of Union were agreed by commissioners from the United Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of Scotland, which, when passed by the country's parliaments, led to the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain. So that happened today.
Wow.
17, Great Britain. Yeah, the reason we're called Great Britain was because of the 1706 Act of Union. 1797, the Battle of Santa Cruz de Tenerife. This is the battle between the Spanish and British naval forces during the French Revolutionary Wars. During the battle, Rear Admiral Nelson is wounded in the arm, and the arm had to be partially amputated, which is why you see him with these paintings with his arm in his coat, because he'd lost half of it. That happened today. 1812, the Napoleonic Wars, the Peninsular War, Battle of Salamanca. British forces led by Arthur Wellesley, who later became the Duke of Wellington, defeat French troops near Salamanca in Spain. And in 1864, the American Civil War, Battle of Atlanta. Outside Atlanta, Confederate General John Bell Hood leads an unsuccessful attack on Union troops under General William T. Sherman on Bald Hill. Now, John Bell Hood was a Confederate general, obviously, during the war. Hood's impetuosity led to high losses among his troops as he moved up in rank. He used this to move up in rank. The historian Bruce Catton wrote that the decision to replace Johnson with Hood was probably the single largest mistake that either government made during the war. So there we go. And lastly, 1943, World War II, of course, Allied forces capture Palermo during the Allied invasion of Sicily. So there we go. Yeah, not a lot. There wasn't a great deal happening actually on today.
A lot of important things, though.
Yeah.
So, did you have anything else you wanted to share? Or
nope. That was the big one. That
was a goodie. That was a goodie.
Yep.
That was a goodie. All right. We already looked at the other group together. All right. What else are we doing? What else we got to talk about?
I don't know. What's the subject for tonight?
Getting your game schedule figured out.
Yeah.
Getting your game schedule figured out, because I thought I was gonna do this, and then I was like, maybe I'll play a British way, but then Ruff said he was gonna play a British way, so I didn't want to do that. So then I decided to let the voters choose.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have words with Blue Tweezers, with the Tweez, because he's done a playthrough today, live playthrough, Rotter.
I saw that, but there's four series you get, four games.
It doesn't matter. We'll be the first people to do a 2-player one.
Oh, we've got a new upset coming out here. We've got the British player is now 2 points ahead of Command & Color Samurai, who's been winning since the beginning. The British people have spoken, Ruff.
Go for it.
Go taking the lead. Oof. All right. We'll see if that's got about 20 minutes before the polls close on that. So if you haven't jumped over to the Facebook group, you better get your butt over there. Tony, what do you got coming up on the? What are you going to be doing recently and soon? And we talked about Ruff doing this one video a year, and now he's playing baseball.
Well,
you think it's bad when he only does one video a year? Now he's playing baseball. I mean, he's not going to get any videos out.
No, I'm easily swayed.
Yeah, unfortunately, the week before vacation, I was inundated with schoolwork. I had to get ahead of the game because of school and stuff. But this week, I don't have an essay coming up, so it's just reading and answering questions. So it should be pretty. So I'm hoping to finish Don't Tread on Me and the Afghanistan, A Distant Plane. So I'm hoping to get those done this week. And then I can get on to my continued Afghanistan playthroughs and do Save Afghanistan, Comrade. So
yeah.
We'll see how
and Friday,
we are going to finally, hopefully, have some mortars.
Yeah, we've got golden. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some mortars. Last 100 yards. Yep.
Yeah.
I am really enjoying that system.
Where's the rodder? Speaking of the rodder,
yeah, British way. We're doing it Friday week.
Dangerous Dave's got it right. He'll be doing 162 videos a year now with baseball. He's gonna be just like our JL.
Yeah, that's how many blooming games each team plays.
Yep, that's regular season, and then there's playoffs.
Yeah, and then you got crazy. You're mad.
Every day, Ruff, you're going to be putting out 2-3 videos.
I tell you what, I can't watch. I don't know how people who get, say, the baseball, NBL TV, watch all that. You can't watch all that. Just can't. I mean, I think my team's played today, or is playing today because of the time difference. So, but we're doing pretty well. I do enjoy watching my game every so often in the evening.
Yeah,
once everything's done. Watching the game.
Ruff and his baseball talk. Wow, I cannot believe this. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Now, actually, when we talk about it, Jester, he'll be able to not pull up a rule book and start reading as we talk about it. He'll be right there.
I said all he did was roll his eyes and.
I know. You see how easily prostituted I am. This is how it is.
To me, it doesn't surprise me because you do enjoy T20 cricket, and to me, baseball is very similar in that it's aggressive. It's it's really fast with the pitch clock. I mean, it's really fast.
Well, I tell you what, you do love your adverts, don't you?
Oh yeah, but nice thing is they've cut that down. It's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds in between.
Yeah, but it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds every 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, especially if they have a short inning.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like to watch it when it's been played because I can do the old fast forward.
Oh, Tweez says he can't wait around forever for you to play the British way. Yeah. Oh, Phoenix Knight, wait till you guys start talking about hockey.
No.
It'll be hockey season coming up.
No.
I tell you what, I can't afford it, and I wish I could. Is the history maker
baseball? Yeah,
baseball. I'd love that.
I really like that.
I can't afford it. I'll have to stick with that. But yeah, I'd like to try it because all the charts and everything, and you have And is it a sunny day in the camp today, or is it a stormy day because everybody's got the amp? All that sort of thing.
Did somebody have raviolis or spaghetti today?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna love is British. Ruff's gonna add British terms to baseball now. I keep calling them matches, and and he's bowling, and it's gone up in the air. He's caught it. It's an out. Yeah, there's three of them in an inning. It's not anything special, really. Most of the time,
it's fun. What did confuse me is your terms. Like you got your ground out. Now, when you ground something out, you ground it out, don't you? It's the word out. It's an out that goes along the ground.
Yep.
And then a fly out is flying in the air and you catch it. Yeah.
Yeah, cricket doesn't have ground outs. Cricket doesn't have ground outs.
No, it doesn't. No.
No, but you can take it
if you catch it and roll it and throw it back, of course.
Yeah.
But but then you got bloopers. Bloopers are sort of floaters.
Yeah.
They float.
Yeah.
And I think, good God. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there with the terminology. Anyway, back to the war games. Shut up, Alistair.
Yeah, as Alistair says. Yes.
Back to the war games.
No, but so Friday we'll be back at it again. We'll be finished. I'll guarantee we'll finish off that scenario.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get a Malta strike in. It would be nice to see one. But it's all done on the throw, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah. If it's available, there's no guarantee. That's why I'm really finding it to be solo friendly. There's enough there, even with like this one doesn't have any. This one doesn't have any hidden
one because they suddenly come across each other.
They're like, hey, what's that around the corner? Oh shit!
Oh shit! Yeah, that's what it is. Run, scatter,
run! Whoosh. Yeah. Everybody goes to the sides. They're not on the road
anymore. Really good. Yeah. But even the ones with the hidden, you just don't. Have it, or
you just set up. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Or you can do you can set it up randomly and put things on the top so you don't know what they are. But you know they're there. You know what their makeup is, but you don't actually know what. What?
There's some.
There,
I've got to read what they recommend on the GMT website for that because I do want to play some more of it. I've been very, very excited. After playing a couple of scenarios, I'm very excited about it. So,
Tweez, keep taking the tablets, mate.
Here's and I hate to switch subjects again, but I am because why not? I've mentioned this a couple times. You guys know, you guys have heard of this little schmo that we know, Herman.
It's Lootman, Mr. Lootman. Yeah. They spelled his name wrong. They spelled his name wrong.
Winning the Charles S. Roberts 2023 Game of the Year award, but a lot of people don't know this. If you actually go and look at his game credit list, if you scroll down to where is it? Right here. There's a little game that he produced back in 2011 called High and Tight. He had actually made a baseball game back in the day. So I thought it was interesting when we were talking about the baseball.
Yeah.
Time. But little old Herman was making the baseball game. And I know that actually he's got one in the works again. So, Ruff, you might be play testing another one.
Send me the stuff.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention that when we were talking about the baseball. I know we moved on, but I couldn't find the game. I couldn't remember the name of it.
No, but it makes a change. It makes a change for old Ruff to be talking about a sports game. It does make a change. Whereas before, I would pick up a book or a rule book. But now,
No.
So back to our subject, because we're running out of time.
I've done the
How
polls
do you
before.
organize your schedule? How do you figure it out? Like this week, I decided I wasn't going to try and figure it out because I was going to let you guys. Would you guys ever let people decide? Would it depend on how many views you get? Does it depend on what mood you're in? Do you ask your subscribers? Do you listen to what they're saying?
I've done polls, and mainly it's like I've got 3 or 4 games I'm choosing from, and I don't know which one I want to play because I want to play all of them as usual. And so this helped me narrow down. Thunderbolt Apache Leader was the one I was doing. B-17 and then Thunderbolt Apache Leader, and there was another one as well, if I remember. So I put a poll up. I deleted the poll now because it's useless. But it did help because then I played Thunderbolt Apache Leader. Click, check it off my list.
Yeah, I think I've done one as well. I think I put it on tack up. What should I play next, guys? I mean, I've got things you've got to play because people send stuff in, so you can put them on the list. Okay, you'll get around to them eventually. So I might do that. I might because I need to get Point Blank finished, but I need to get Mrs. Ruff out the door, so I've got the room to myself. Stop working from home, So hopefully get that sorted, and then I'd say I've got that out just to get familiar with it ready for our foray into it on Friday week maybe. But after that's done, there's a few things. Yeah, I'll make a list.
You've got a big list.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a big list to play games? Like seriously.
The other part is I'm like, I wanted to play all these new games I got. Plus, I got like, well, I shouldn't play the new ones until I play the ones I haven't played from the past. So maybe I should play those.
Yeah, but you don't, do you? It's shiny. Oh, shiny. And then something else comes in, so that goes back. It's terrible.
Right. And I was thinking, I was like, as I showed you guys, I got my P500 order, and I'm like, damn, I got another one coming already. Maybe I should play the ones I just got. And I was looking at the border reveres, which I showed you guys. I've got that out, and I'm like, okay, I can get this one done. And then if I do that one, which would be, what would be the next one after that? So I started actually looking at Ancient Civilizations in the Middle East, which looks like a pretty cool game itself.
I'll be interested to see that, yes, because that might be on my GMT sale thing. Stop it. It's terrible.
So I was like, well, how in the heck am I going to create a list? Let's be honest. Raise your hand. How many of us make a list and follow the list? None of us. None of us. No.
I apparently am.
You've been pretty good. Right?
This year.
Right.
Yeah.
But
okay,
if you don't count this year, challenge, right, is making a list and sticking to it. And we've all learned making a list doesn't work. Making a list doesn't work.
So the top 10 games doesn't work.
Right.
Or the list of your list of 10 games to play doesn't work because it's dynamic. It evolves as the time goes on.
Right.
So maybe we should just say we're going to play 10 games and give peeps, for us anyway, sort of YouTubers, give the peeps the choice to what we play. As long as we play 10 games in a year, that will qualify us. I don't know if that will work. Rather than making a list that nobody sticks to, especially us, because we get stuff in all the time.
No, because that's kind of our stink. Is the point that we're making is you can create a list all you want. It's sticking to the list and playing what you say you want to play.
Look at yourself. Look at me. Tony's the only girly swap that's done it.
I know, right? What's wrong with him? Why is he going to do it?
Yeah.
I think we shamed him into it after last year. I think he came close last year. I think he got like 6 or 7 last year.
Yeah, I was like 6 or 7. Something like that. Yeah.
You were very close. You were on the cusp.
Yeah.
So this year, he finally determined to shut us up about it.
I don't know. I might just make it a sort of subscriber chat room decision. What I'll play. Right? What should I play first? I might do it that way.
List will work. Yeah, the list has got to go, right? So now I'm like, okay, the only way I can be forced into it is if I put something on the Facebook group, and get shamed into it, right?
Yeah.
So if I get everyone to vote on it, right, and then I don't play the game, then I'm gonna hear about it.
Your name's Mud, as they say.
My name will be Mud, right?
Yeah. And
speaking of which, we have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. The British Way is winning.
There you go.
It's 21.
Because it's a new game. People want to see it. Yeah.
Well, this is you would think that, right? I am a statistics guy, and you'll be a statistics guy too, Tony, or Ruff, as you're playing baseball.
Yep.
The People Power is also a brand new game, and it's got 1 vote so far. One person.
And that's weird because they're both coin games, aren't they?
Exactly. Yep. They're both coin games. They're both brand new. They're both.
Is it called the British Way and little mini games, and people are more interested in that? Get them in, get them out.
I don't know. I don't know.
Weird. It's interesting.
We need to analyze and figure this out because I wanted to put a variety on the list to give people lots of different options. The other thing I find that's very interesting is there are 2, 4, 6, 7 games on the list. Every game got a vote. So even though there were 7 of them,
so you picked 7 good
games that were like, oh, this game is never going to win because no one voted for it, but I'm going to vote for it, which I thought was really good.
No, you must have picked 7 goodish games. So I think I'll do that. I think I will. We'll get Point Blank out of the way, and then before I start another one, I'm going to make a list of games that I want to play, and we'll let the people decide. Very American of me. Very American of me.
Yep, you got finished that though, but that's going to be 2 months before you finish that.
If I can get her out, if I can kick her out, if I can sort of, I'll phone up and say, rah, 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 and she'll go, oh, I've got to go. I've just said, yeah, I'll get her out and I can get on with it. But that's the only reason. That's the only reason. You know, I want to get on with it. It's a good game. It's a good game. Sean's enjoying it. You know, designer. That I'm making mistakes, and everybody's been gentle about because there's such a big gap between the playthroughs. Of course, you forget things, and there's lots of little subtle things in that game, and people have been very gentle, which I appreciate. Saying, "Great, but you know, blah blah blah, lovely." So it is going in. So we'll do that. Get that out of the way. Enjoy that, and then I've got some great games, you know, and games you forget about. So I'll have to look through the list and maybe make half a dozen. What do you reckon, Tony? Half a dozen?
Yeah. 4 seems to be a good number, I think.
What, too much choice is too much?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would stick with 4. Because if you look, so Jester's list, you have what, 6 on there, Jester? You have 6 on there?
7.
7. That's too much. You have quite a few that don't have 1 or no votes.
I have everyone has a vote.
Okay, a vote. Most of them, you're
yes. I mean, like, People Power is the lowest, and British Way is the most. So I think that's super funny that it's like
both coins.
Is it the subject that people aren't interested in?
Yes, yeah. Honestly, that's a lot of it too. People Power is kind of an obscure topic.
It's a different part of the world, whereas the British way is you're
the entire world.
you're our cousins, so yeah, it's something you can probably relate to more.
It's also more
when people are deciding though, like, and maybe I'm a little weird in this, but like if Ruff is playing the British way and Tony, you're playing Command and Color Samurais, I wouldn't want to play those because I know you guys are playing them.
Yeah, but I always look at it as a different perspective on the game. I don't, you know, I mean,
how many games? How many different sessions of the same game can you watch? Like if I'm trying to learn a game, right? I was trying to refresh my memory on Dead of Winter. So I was like, I'm going to go online and I'll find a playthrough and I'll watch it so I'll refresh my memory. So I did. I didn't go and watch 20 of them.
But don't you watch them not only for how to play them, but if you know how to play them, don't you watch it for the entertainment?
Let's see, Kalismar
guys struggling with
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, there's the entertainment value of it as well. Watching somebody play a game that you like and you've played and you know how to play, but you're watching 2 people struggle and but having fun. But there's that to it. I watch that.
Is the British way a war game? They're both coin.
It's a coin game, a war game. I don't know. It might be a conflict game. I don't know. Counterinsurgency.
It's a coin game. So, if the thing about coin games and that's where the world is kind of going with war right now. It's not the traditional lines of here's the line of troops and here's another line of troops. They're moving back and forth. A lot of it is for the counterinsurgents now. It's the small groups fighting, and generally you're not having large battles. It's
not a war
attacks.
It's not a war. It's a conflict. It's a little conflict going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a lot of the traditional hex and counters out of more modern. I mean, you will have some. I'm not going to say that it's all that way. You will have some, but you get a lot more of those smaller conflicts where coin represents that, because coin counterinsurgents is not just the military aspect, which you can do, but there's also a political aspect to it. There's also an economic aspect to it. So a lot of the war games out there only deal with the military, the military aspect. I enjoy the political and the economic part of it too. So to me, that's that's why coin, I do enjoy coin so much, is I like seeing the political and the economic. You have resources, you can't do so much, and it's a big picture. I like little picture or big gigantic picture.
I mean, as Thomas says, Ukraine is a war, proper war. It's a proper war going on. They're very hopeful, well, even though that's going on, thankfully they're very few and far between, but yeah, I mean, look at Mr. President. Not a war game in the slightest, even though war is involved in it.
Yeah.
But what a great game. I've had to put it away. I've had a little faff around with it. We still got our playthrough to go, but I had to get rid of it because it was taking up the whole table.
Yeah.
But what a great game. Not a war game in the slightest. Is it a conflict game? I don't think so.
Yeah, but I don't know if that helps me try to figure out my schedule. That doesn't help me at all.
Well,
try to figure out how to get my games scheduled, which is the subject for what we're supposed to be talking about. And
I think making a list for me and asking,
making a list. Ruff, you made a list. How many of your 10 games have you played this year? 1? 3?
Yeah. Because of circumstances.
When you get Blue Tweezers to play them for you again? Or Tony? Tony's playing them this year. That's right.
None of the games we have played have been on his list.
No.
You're kidding.
No.
Nope.
Panzer Grenadier wasn't on your list?
No.
Nope, not this year.
Last year, but
not this year.
Well, that's blurs for me. How can you not have Panzer Grenadier on your list?
It wasn't on my list.
But we played it, and it was great.
Yep.
And I won.
And it was great. It was bloody
the
great.
2 years you did have it on there, you didn't play it.
No, but the thing is, that's the point about making a list of 10 games to play. It doesn't work for me. So I think maybe I'll just go play 10 games and let people choose for me, because I need that
rogue swordsman.
I need that focus. What?
You're gonna go rogue and do something different than what your list is. You're gonna become the rogue.
Well, not make a list and just make people, because that will focus you. Because when you make a list and something shiny comes in, you go, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you finish a game, and then you make a list. Here's what I want to play now.
Yeah, what do you reckon I should play next, boys and girls? So
but when people vote, right?
Yeah.
If Ruff, you were going to make your list, and I'm going to vote on it, and Tony's going to vote on it,
I've got to play it.
We're going to vote on, like, oh, I want to see Ruff play this game, right? So I want to play it. I want to see Ruff play it, but what is the reason I want to see you play it? Is it A, because there's nobody else playing the game? Like if you go and look for this game online, there's like
no playthrough.
Nobody's played it.
There's
like 0 videos. There's like 2 or 3 videos on the game, and I'm like, how can I learn how to play this game because there's no videos on there? But if you go and play, say, Combat Commander, there's thousands and thousands of videos on that one.
Yeah, but if Tony plays it, that's the first time Tony's played it on his own live or done a playthrough. So I'd watch that because it's Tony. You watch your favorite YouTubers, don't you? You watch your.
So here's the thing we're talking about. So Kalismar did what was it? Europa Universalis is like 39 episodes. I've literally watched 27 of them. I'll put it in the background while I'm doing something else, but I've watched 27 of them.
He's the only guy playing it, though, isn't he?
No. Kalismar and it's like Enrico. So there's Kalismar and then it starts with a C. I'll give me a second here. I'll have it up.
What game are they playing?
Europa Universalis. The price.
Okay. All right.
Isn't that more of a Euro game?
No, there's a lot of battling in it. Actually, it's kind of Calendale and Kalismar. They were both playing it at the same time.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Two totally different aspects, though.
Yeah,
totally different. Yeah, Calendale. Thanks, Alistair. Yeah. I knew, but and he even Kalismar said that he's like, I know Calendale's playing it, but it's 2 different views, as you said, Ralph. That's 2 different perspectives of the same game. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting with that. So.
And even if you know the game, it's the entertainment thing you get out of it. If the YouTuber is making a good thing. Yeah, Phoenix does a different thing. He has a set sort of calendar for his stuff. I don't know if I could work like that. It works for him great.
And then he also plays his games like 2 or 3 times before he actually puts them on his channel.
How dare he? Showing us all up. Shows us all up.
He's just a weirdo. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He wants to play it correctly or something.
Yeah, shows us up. Stop it.
Last week he was here, Tony.
I was at a winery and I got to listen to a little bit of it.
And it took him a little while. The game that I chose for last week was a what we call the old lollipop, right? And it still took him like 25 guesses to get it.
Oh, shut up.
It was Memoir 44.
Oh, yeah. Which Lower Slower board games playing?
Yes,
Chris he is. Yeah.
Yep. Chris is doing a great job with his channel.
I'm supposed to get with Ruff about. We're supposed to continue our playthrough of Mr. President one of these days.
Yeah,
but it's hard to do unless we do it on a Saturday or Sunday. So.
Yeah, Saturday. Yes. Before this show or Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually Sunday works a little better.
Yeah.
As long as we do it early afternoon for you or whatever.
Unless you have some time off, but then everybody's got to have time off. Mike and Chris and yourself have the same time off, so we can do it sort of like, during your afternoon and my early evening.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's hard to schedule unless it's the weekend. And so he's been emailing me about, trying to continue our Mr. President because he was teaching it. Me and Ruff were kind of co-presidents and making decisions.
Yeah, it's good. That was good. Yeah, you throw the dice. No, you throw the
dice. Throwing things out. That sounds good.
That was good. And
we've got Tony?
What?
Have you played it?
Yes.
Well, I played it with Mike when it was still in development.
But I mean, since it came out, you haven't played it.
No. I'm going to wait a little while.
Okay.
I'm still exercising with it, trying to get, God, this thing's happening.
I tell you what, Tweezer said he's got the whole lot into one GMT tray.
Oh, I believe that.
No, I've tried. I've got it into one GMT tray and 4 little. 2 of them are out the box. I can't fit it all in because all my cards are sleeved as well.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I know.
You don't need to sleeve those cards, dude.
No, GMT
don't
cards.
Play it enough.
GMT cards aren't the best cards you need them sleeved. They're great quality looking, but they're not playing card quality. So you need them sleeved. So I've got two outs. I've got a pile of sort of containers that I can't fit into boxes, like the American Civil War stuff and the Brandywine and all that from the Revolution games. So yeah, it's just how it happens. I can't fit them in. Look at his cheeky little face there.
Lower Slower Board Gamer actually ordered several copies of Mr. President, I think by accident, actually. So he is going to give one away. If you haven't purchased it and you're interested, go to Lower Slower Board Gamer, check out his little video. He talks about it. He's giving away once he gets to, 1,200 subscribers. He is like 6 people short. So if you go and subscribe to his channel and then do whatever he says, I think you have to put a comment down on that video. You might win yourself a free copy of Mr. President. So anyways, I thought that would be good to let everyone know.
He's doing really well. I've been watching his thing growing, and it's really good. He's doing lots of different stuff. He used to just do sports games, but now
he's doing the Memoir 44.
Because he was what? Sports Gamer Rhode Island?
Delaware
was his original. Stratomatic Delaware was his. Which I knew him back in the day. He was doing all Stratomatic stuff, and then he switched to Lower Slower Board Gamer when he stopped playing as much baseball stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get a name change for Rough Swordsman. So.
Well, that's why.
Rough first space.
War Gamers.
Yeah, rough first space. He dropped the War Gamer. It's just Rough Swordsman now.
Yeah. But no,
free copy of Mr. President. It's a pretty good deal. It's not from us. It's from them, from Chris. So go subscribe to his channel.
You might win. If you haven't got the game and you want a chance of winning it, get it, because it's a great game. It's a huge, long game, but it's great. I won't. You won't win. Rough batsman, shut up.
I left a video a comment, but I said no.
I like rough first baseman. That, to me, that's.
Ooh, we got that. We got rough batsman.
I know. That one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll take it. But...
Koi51 had a question: if we actually play offline, or do we just play and record? Typically, if I'm playing solo, generally I will record it because why not? But I'm playing. It's way up farther. It's way up farther. But I do play. If I play 2-player or multiplayer, I usually don't record those unless it's with Natalie, which we want to get a couple more games in before summer break ends.
Right.
So we haven't had a chance to. But she's starting driving classes next.
Oh no! How old is she now?
15 and a half, almost 16.
Driving at 15 and a half.
You can start driving with an adult and learning how to drive at 15.
That's 17 over here.
I know.
We trust her people a little bit more.
You guys don't. You guys walk 5 steps and you're where you need to be. Here in America, we are spread out.
You're not wrong. But it's all relative, you see. You think, I'm not driving. I'm not walking there. It's only like down the road. Well, not driving.
You guys have good like public transportation because you guys are like this big. We have to drive everywhere.
That's true.
Unless you're in a large city.
I know nothing's coming up on your channel, Ruff, but why don't you fake it anyways? What do you got going on this week?
Nothing.
We know that.
Well, hopefully, if I can kick her out, I want to get this going because it's just sitting there. But I'm going to be playing Friday anyway, a bit of live stuff with Tony, last 100 yards. And we'll see what happens. Might be, now I've got my table back, might do a couple of unboxings and things, that stuff that's been sitting on the shelf that I haven't had a chance to do, just to get something out.
And Ruff, I think what we'll do after we do last 100 yards, we'll put a poll out to figure out what people want us to play. And
there you go. Hey, you guys are learning, aren't you?
We'll play what the people want to play. I'll tell you what, everybody loved our commands and colors, by the way.
That was great fun. Yeah,
it was so much fun.
I gotta do the final tally to see what the people have spoken here. Let's hit the F5 to refresh here. Let's see. Time is up, and the winner is British Way wins 27-24 over Command and Color Samurai. So isn't that the game you guys are playing?
Well, we know now. I've got the game out, but now we're going to do a list. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll do a poll, which that will be on it. Will be on it.
Oh, you're not doing the British Way? What are you playing?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know. We got it. We're doing last 100 yards, and then
you're doing the last 100 yards. Okay.
Friday, and then we'll let the people decide.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully, next coming up on the channel, the British Way. Wow. All right.
Okay, I got to peanut gallery that one for sure.
Question: should I play as the Brits or the good guys? I mean, the other guys.
You play both.
Yeah, this one you play both. You have to play both.
True.
Unfortunately,
you
were being sarky. I heard that.
I know.
So that's coming up on my channel this week. No game with Herman and Mark because they bailed because they won Game of the Year.
They're doing their dinner parties.
Ruffians anymore. What else is coming up? I finished my Apex Theropod game. Two different sessions of that. Dinosaur deck building, Tony.
I got to watch that because I've watched it played a little bit, and I got to watch that because that game has really, like, I really want to.
It's legendary, but not the legendary system.
Yeah.
There's 2 resources. There's money, which are evolution points. You don't spend the evolution points like money at all. And then there's attack power, which has nothing to do with like attacking.
But then you got the boss thing that's a bit iffy at the end.
Yeah, the one thing I'm just not is it's got this boss element in it, and you can have
Is
this
it
final
just like
showdown
they're
with the
throwing?
boss. It sounds great, but then it just doesn't turn out to be as good as it should be.
Is it like they're just theming up a game, like they just threw the theme on there, or is it different enough? Because
when you attack an enemy, the enemy goes into your hunt, or what is it called? Your I forget. It goes into what the hell is it called? I can't remember the name of it. It goes into like goes into a deck, and then you can spend that, which then removes it out of that into a different final deck. So even when you defeat an enemy, you still keep them to use their meat as evolution points.
Okay, gotcha.
The good thing I do like about it is it's thematic because there's no change. So if I have one creature that gives me 5 points, I can't buy a 3 and a 2. I can't do that. You can only use one card to purchase a thing, so you don't get like change. Yeah.
Well, I think Dangerous Dave has got it.
Yeah, he says it's good.
Yeah, and again, I think Edward Lasso was there in the chat, and I was complaining about the final battle, which just isn't thematic enough for me. He said he loves it. He loves the final battle because it's like a final showdown. You get to see who's best, and it is cool like that. But then the thing I don't like is it kind of takes away what you're doing. You're no longer deck building. You're just trying to see if your numbers are higher than the boss's numbers. That's all. So, and there's Edward right there. Thematic elements including killing prey cards and feeding your juveniles with that prey. Yes, that's there you go. So it does have that nice, and the artwork's great. It's very, very easy to learn. It's very modular. So you have like a huge deck of different cards, and you're taking like 2 of these cards, 2 of these, 5 of these.
So is it best played 2 or more players, or is it work solo? Because by looking at
I only play it solo, but it plays up to 6, so you can play.
But is it better played more than 1?
Don't know. I've only played it solo.
I was going to say because people like ambushing and
I do like the Marvel Legendary a lot. I have that and played that a ton. I did enjoy that. So that's
if you like the Legendary system, very similar. Yeah. You're going to have several. In this one, you're going to have several different cards out. And it's pretty neat. So I got that done. I want to play it a couple times because it's going to be on my list for probably top 100 games of all time. So
they're both saying solo's best.
I'm gonna say co-op games are generally the best solo.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
it's just one of those things.
Although Legendary Alien and 007 played with the family, and that's great fun.
And last but not least, and this is just a side note. Combat Commander, I love this game. We've been talking about it for a long time, and Ruff has mentioned this solo mode online. I went and actually looked at the solo mode online. Not too impressed with it. So I've come up in my head with a solo mode for this game. I'm going to start working on it.
Good. So, I think there's a couple. There's a couple.
So is there a couple? Maybe I'll need to.
Great, once upon a game. Go to his website or his YouTube channel. Once Upon a Game.
His solo, but he was talking about this solo.
He did. It's not his solo, but he's talking about. Showed it. Yeah. It's really. Yeah. I think it's Once Upon a Game. Is that what it is?
Once Upon a Game.
Once Upon a Game, Combat Commander. That's what.
It's got a.
Anyway, so I wasn't too impressed with it. I mean, it was kind of okay. I mean, you're just playing both sides. I think as true solo mode needs to not play both sides.
Yep.
I've got it worked out where it's probably I'm a math statistics guy, right? So it's all about, does your opponent have this card? Like I'm moving my guy. Do you have an opportunity fire card? Instead of looking at his hand to see if he does, it's going to be like a chart driven thing where you're rolling dice to see, does he have this card? Yes or no?
Well, get on it before I get my copy, all right?
All right. Well, we went way over.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Tony, thanks for showing.
No, I was happy. I was glad I got home as early as I did.
Yeah,
So
good chats. Ruff, thank you for coming. You guys have fun Friday at 3.
Yeah, we will do.
3. Yep, Friday at 3.
Oh, that's 8 p.m. for us over here.
Yep, it's like the perfect time. So
yeah. And then look for the British way to come here on the channel soon. Until then, take care, my friends.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Yep. See ya.